Soulslikes are big business these days. Since the explosive popularity of Elden Ring, gamers have been inundated with some fantastic games that emulate the formula that From Software have been refining since 2009. Whether it's Lies of P, The Surge or Mortal Shell, talented developers around the world are making their mark on the genre in fascinating new ways. The latest developer to take on FromSoft's canon is Chinese studio Linzi Games, with their debut title Wuchang: Fallen Feathers. Set in the land of Shu in China during the Ming Dynasty, we play Wuchang, a pirate warrior struck with amnesia and afflicted with a disease known as the Feathering, which is blighting the land. The Feathering is a corruption disease that causes purple feathers to sprout from a victim's skin, gradually overtaking their body until they completely lose their mind and begin to mutate into a hideous monster. So probably best to get this dealt with. Before I go any further, I just want to say I was given a pre-release code from the EU publisher 505 Games, and these early impressions are based on about 8 hours with the early game. To this point I've not finished it, but I wanted to give my impressions thus far. If you're a fan of Souls-likes, then you'll instantly be at home with Wuchang. She has a limited health pool, a core healing item that refills at checkpoints, a stamina bar that is shared between attacking, defending and dodging, and a savage difficulty curve. You'll explore each area gradually, picking off and fighting mobs, finding items to make your life easier, and, ultimately, unlocking shortcuts back to a checkpoint shrine. Each area is capped off with a boss fight that you'll need to beat to progress the story and your exploration. So far, so Souls-like. But it's not enough to just blindly ape what made Dark Souls or Elden Ring great. A good Souls-like needs to try something unique, something that sets it apart from the crowd and gives the game its own identity. Initially, as I started playing the game, I was worried that it was just going to be another also-ran Souls clone, but thankfully Wuchang has a few tricks up its sleeve to stand out. Like Bloodborne, defense is not the way to progress in this game. There are no shields, and you can only block hits using the halberd axe weapon's special ability. And even then it's pretty inconsistent and not really worth trying. No, in Wuchang, dodging is the name of the game. Dodging attacks just as they are about to land has Wuchang phasing through the attack and building up a charge of Skyborn Might, which is her magic. You can see your charge either in the bottom left hand of the UI or the glowing feathers on her left arm. This magic allows her to both cast spells and use each weapon's special abilities. Spells can be deployed quickly in the middle of combos to maximise your damage output. Here you can see me fighting a boss, wailing on him using my sword, then casting an arc of fire to cap off the combo. Each weapon has light and strong attacks, as well as 2 special attacks that consume your Skyborn Might. Wuchang can equip 2 weapons at once, and there's even a quick swap attack which allows you to spend some of your magic to change weapon mid-combo and unleash one of its special abilities for massive damage. Enemies also have a stance bar, allowing you to wail on them and break them, leaving them open for a powerful obliteration attack. If you can land a charged heavy attack on an enemy's back, you'll instantly knock them down and get that obliteration window. I was worried that this would make a lot of boss fights trivial, as I definitely abused the hell out of this in a couple of them, but thankfully it becomes much harder to land on the non-humanoid creatures. And while I'm on it, let's talk about the creatures. In most of the early game you'll be fighting infected humans, all bearing similar feathers on their arms to Wuchang herself. These are your bog standard fodder enemies. They're dangerous in groups, but they're easy to manage. But as you meet more advanced infections, the creature designs get absolutely wild. This game is filled with dreadful body horror, and I'm absolutely here for it. Indulge me for a second and watch the introduction cutscene for the first major story boss. Oh god, look at that dreadful, horrific design! Fuck me, I love it! Each enemy, be it boss or mob, is distinct in its attack pattern, with clearly defined tells for each of their moves. As with any Souls-like, you'll be victorious via observation. Recognising each attack's wind-up so you can dodge through it and counter-attack is the simple way to deal with each encounter. But don't be under any impression that Wuchang Fallen Feathers is an easy game. It's anything but. This is a brutally challenging game that demands your concentration. Enemies hit hard and fast, even the mobs. Most of my first attempts at bosses resulted in me being reduced to a greasy smear in seconds. And it's in the difficulty that Linzi have introduced their most devilish mechanic. They call it Inner Demon. As you kill human enemies and as you repeatedly die, Wuchang's inner demon will grow stronger. This is also known as madness. It's a progressive condition that has benefits and drawbacks. When you reach full madness, Wuchang's attack power will be increased, but the damage taken from hits will also increase. So you can hit much harder, but you'll die faster if you're not careful. You can see this progression of the effect not only in Wuchang's status screen, but also across her chest as the corruption rises across her left arm to her collarbone. But wait, there's more. Reach full inner demon outside of a boss fight and the demon will become manifest and will hunt Wuchang. It's a violent, chaotic demon that will attack anything in her path, but its primary concern is Wuchang herself. I only encountered this once at the time I had to record, but my god, it's terrifying. If you kill it, you gain a lot of currency but retain your madness. If it kills you, then you lose any held currency and whatever happens to be lying at your last death site, but you're cured of madness completely. It's possible to make this demon work to your benefit though. As it stalks you through a level, it will attack anything in its path, so if you're struggling with a particularly tough enemy, then lead the demon to it and let it help. It's cruel but absolutely genius. You can also use this madness-like currency to gain rare items, and there are specific upgrade paths and item synergies that you can employ that work with higher levels of madness, so you can ride that wave of risk and reward to maximise the carnage. It's fair to say that I'm enjoying Wuchang Fallen Feathers. The combat system is great, it's well thought out, the boss fights so far have been absolutely brilliant. The story is intriguing and I'm absolutely digging the vibe of the game. There are some things I'm not happy with about Wuchang. First of all, the game is built in Unreal Engine 5, which is part of why it looks so pretty. But if you're a PC gamer, then you know what that means. Performance can be all over the place. I'm reviewing this on a Ryzen 7 5800X3D and an Nvidia 3080 Ti, and I'm getting 60 frames per second most of the time because I put VSync on, but there are some concerning stutters and frame drops every so often. Turning on Nvidia low latency, which is supposed to reduce input lag from your controller, can make or break some action games, but it absolutely tanks the frame rate here, and I've never seen it do that before. But that being said, I am playing this on a pre-release build, and 505 have said there is a day one patch to come. During my time with the game, they did issue a small patch which mitigated some of these issues, but I felt it's worth mentioning. The performance on day one may not be great. But moving on from that, there are some weird design choices that I wouldn't say ruin the experience, but they definitely feel off. The game front loads a lot of its system tutorials, and there are a lot of them to internalize. It can be a little overwhelming, and sometimes tutorials don't appear at appropriate moments where you get to practice whatever you're being taught. For example, the Inner Demon tutorial appeared after I'd encountered the creature. So I've been going around for nearly an hour wondering what the hell madness meant, and I didn't have any explanation for it. Like in the original Dark Souls, the toughest enemy is gravity. In one particular area that takes place in a deep mine, I suffered multiple deaths that can only be described as utter bullshit. There was this lad who speared me from behind some pots right at the fucking shortcut elevator, and then this lad who for some reason just kept knocking me off the walkway. Deaths like this are cheap and annoying, especially when you have to run right the way back through a level. And oh, I beg of you, I implore you, play the game with Chinese audio and subtitles. The voice acting isn't bad, but regional British accents in Ming Dynasty China just doesn't work.
You're not from around here, are you? The name's Shaolin, from Worship's Rise. Don't you dare look down on me just because I'm crippled. My brother and I were once the town's finest heroes.
Who knew that ancient Chinese soldiers came from Leeds? And why does Wuchang sound like Lara Croft?
Ah, you are awake at last.
You know me.
Anyway, as criticisms go, I'm really nitpicking. What I've played is really encouraging. I really love the look and feel of the game. The combat is super satisfying and the difficulty curve is challenging without being unfair, and the story, so far, is deeply intriguing. I can't wait to explore more of the game and see how it plays out and see what horrific bosses are to come. Look for an essay on this game's story at some point, I'm that enthused by it. And if you like the look of the game, pick it up on Steam, PlayStation 5 and Xbox, it's out now. Thank you for watching this little impressions video. I'm still exploring the content I want to make on this channel, so this was a fun little experiment. And having a deadline to get this ready put some nice pressure on me not to procrastinate. I'm still working on the Cyberpunk video, I promise it's coming soon. Though there may end up being another intermission video in a few weeks if it keeps dragging on. Lastly, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you're feeling kind, hit the subscribe button. My Patreon is still completely free, so if you want to keep up to date with what I'm doing, head over to patreon.com/gadgetongaming and hit the join button. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.